Hi friends, my name is Funke and it's a pleasure meeting with you. In this video presentation, I'll be practical about compost, that is organic fertilizer. Now coming to the terms in the word compost. I'll be talking about fertilizer and I'll be talking about organic and compost itself. Now, since fertilizer is a common term that we are all well familiar with, then allow me to lay emphasis on the word organic and compost itself. Let me take the word organic by definition. Organic is something made of parts with specialized purpose. Let me take the word compost by definition. Compost is a process of breaking down organic materials in a separated or large area. It can also be defined as a mixture of decayed plants or animal matters, such as grass. So the decayed plants are grass or leaves and so on. And all these materials mixed together with the animal matter is used for making the soil richer. I got that definition from the Advanced Learner Dictionary. Now, for a better understanding of the above definitions, I would like to take you through a practical steps of compost processing, which will be possibly in two categories. And if we can take it in one, that will be all fine. The first category will be from kitchen. That is how we can generate our compost even in our immediate environment. Because our kitchen is our immediate environment, that's where we carry out our day-to-day activities. Then the second category will be from the farm. The farm will be a bit larger, and the farm may not be everyday thing. The farm may just be a place where we visit maybe once in a week or as time permits us. But in our kitchen, we're always regular in our kitchen. I would like to open our eye to see how much wealth we generate even from our kitchen waste every day. So I will show us the two categories. You are welcome. Here is where I make my own compost in my compound. You can see the ground was digged because there is space for that. So let me bring it to your notice that even if you don't have a space to dig, you can as well use something like a bucket. You can as well use something like a drum that has hole at the bottom, and of course which you can cover so that it will prevent the odor or the smells. So I want you to have a look at this. You can see all my kitchen waste. You can see a lot of things. You can see granite, you can see tissue, you can see paper, you can see the eggshell, you can see the yam peel, you can see a lot of things, and more importantly, you can see my poultry waste. The poultry waste consists of their shit and the wood shavings that are used in the poultry. A lot of materials. You can see the corn cobs. You can see a lot of things here. Yeah, I keep heaping. I keep heaping. Remember, it's gradual. The waste are compiled gradually. So in this phase now, for weeks or even months, I can keep heaping. Maybe for the next 3 months, for the next 4 months, or for the next 6 months, I can keep heaping up as long as this place can contain it. Then once this place is filled up, then I will show you the next thing I do. Once that place is filled up, then I turn it over. You can see what I covered up here. I turn it over and I wet it from time to time. Here, what you can see here is what I want to cover for a period of time. I'll cover this up for the next 6 months so that it can degrade, so that it can come out with the crumbled soil that I really desire. So covering it up this way for the next 6 months, this is what I will come by with. You can see the soil. You can see the crumbling soil. You can see this is what I'll come back with after 6 months of covering it up like this. And this can be stored for as long as I want it stored. And what do I do with this? This is what I use to plant my crops. And this is the space for my compost making, which is a bare ground. In case you don't have a space like this, then you can make use of a basket, a waste basket or drum, but it must be cut to have holes at the bottom. In this place, we kept piling up the kitchen waste. You can see a lot of materials. You can see the shaft. That's millet shaft. You can see eggshell. You can see wrapper. You can see tissue. You can see the toilet soap wrapper. A lot of things. And it also contains the wood shavings packed from the poultry, which is made up of the kitchen waste, the chicken's waste, sorry. Please take note that I do not mention dog, cat, and human being feces to form part of the compost because they have harmful bacteria. They have harmful materials. So, please dispose such in the appropriate sanitary tanks. We kept piling this place up for maybe 6 months, during which we pour water regularly, probably every week. Or we open it up for rain to soak it if it is the raining season. Thereafter, we turn it over and mix it up with shovel to have a blend. You can see something like this. To have a blend, particularly if the parts were not laid in layers. This one was mixed up after 4 months of piling it up so that we can have a blend. After this, it will be covered permanently. If you want to lay your compost in layers and you want to do it on a bare ground, you can start it this way. You can put the clippings first, that is the straws, the branches, and some other materials. You can lay it first, then put other materials, maybe the paper. Then next to that, you put the manure. Next to that, you can put your wood ash and other materials. You just lay in layers and make sure they are in steps instead of just piling it or putting it together. After 6 months of covering the materials up and allowed it without frequent opening, then this is what it will turn out to be. This is compost. You can see how crispy it is. You can see how crispy it is. It's not moldy at all. It's not moldy, and it's a dark color. Remember, the color will depend majorly on the components or the materials used. So I have a dark, crispy soil. This is compost. In the next video, I will show you the advantage of compost to our plants. So make sure the process is duly followed. Otherwise, it will turn out to be moldy. And there's something Yoruba people call iledu. I'm not talking about iledu here. I'm talking about soil here. So all the materials will break down and become something like this. I got this particular compost from the earliest one I did a few years back. And this is what I used to plant my crops in the farm. Hi friends, we're still talking about compost, and I will want us to take a look at the part that cannot easily decay in the materials we use in our immediate environment or outside them. And anyway, this may be a bit complex because this may look like refuse management, but then I just want to notify us that even when we have separated those parts that can easily decay, then the part that cannot easily decay from what we use every day can be sorted out. You can see in this place, you can see the plastics, that's the sachet water nylon. You can see different bottles, different water bottle, drinks bottle, and all the stuff. This is where I get it sorted. All the plastics, I put it in a place so that when I'm comfortable, then I will take it to the refuse managers or just beckon on those ones that walk around to come and pack it. And what am I saying here? All these materials are very useful. Once they are recycled, they can be used for another thing which will be of good use for us, instead of littering our environment with them. And for the other part that are simply not useful to be recycled, that we still have, maybe wrappers of food that are plastic, that are nylon, we can easily get those ones burnt. So what am I saying? In every of our waste, there is always a solution to keep our environment neat. Instead of us just littering our environment, we can turn our waste to wealth and live in a very neat environment and maintain a very healthy lifestyle, even with our waste every day.